What's going on, y'all? So listen. So we are back again for another episode review of Catfish. This season 7, episode 17, Derek and Annabelle. So, first of all, update on Catfish. Catfish just needs to end, okay? Because Max is gone. He said his last episode is gonna be August 30th. Alright. And then Neve, he pregnant again. Well, him and his wife pregnant again. And yeah, I think it's about time that this over with because the episodes are cute now, but we get the point, okay? This episode, it was a cute episode, cute enough. It ain't nothing to, get my blood pressure over. I can't even make jokes. Like, I start figuring out certain things. Like, when you start figuring out what's going to happen towards the beginning of the episode, that's when you realize that, it's about time to end the show. So, we got this boy named Derek. Actually, Nee's wife was on here with him. Max wasn't with him this time. But basically, what wound up happening is they received an anonymous email talking about this boy named Derek who had just recently broke up with his girlfriend a few months ago. And, he's talking to this other girl that she met off of Facebook or this super chat, something like that. And trying to see if the stuff is real. They don't know if it's real or not. They don't want him to get played and all that shit. So they reached out to Derek. Derek was confused as fuck, like, oh my god, it's Neve and your wife. What's going on, bitch? I would have been like, what the fuck is Max at? Okay? Because that's who I want. I want the whole Catfish experience, not with other Neve and other. No, Neve and Max. But whatever. Laura was just good that she didn't have to be around the baby, okay? She got a break from the kid. Because who was babysitting the baby? All right. But basically, he dating some girl, talked to some girl named Annabelle, right? Once again, I'm in another room because I got company in the place where I actually usually film at, and the lighting in here is just a mess. So please bear with me. But you can see me, so it is what it is. He meets this girl in a super chat or whatever after he broke up with his girlfriend of 3 years, I believe. And, his boys set him up. They went out, had some drinks, got fucked up, and all that shit. Next thing you know, he don't have a Snapchat, but he was convinced to sign up for this super snap thing or whatever. And I was confused about what that was. But anyway, all that wound up happening. And this girl hits him up talking about something. Well, you don't remember me talking to you and what you sent them Snapchats and all that stuff. And I'm just like, okay. And from then on, they start talking. But here's the thing. He never seen how she really looked in person. Got some pictures. Supposedly worked at some pizza place or whatever. But never spoke to her on the phone. They don't even text message each other on the phone. They, I think, message each other either through that chat thing or through Facebook. And I'm sitting here like, you got to be serious. You can't be kidding me.
Can I help you?
You can't be serious. You got to be kidding me because ain't no way in hell I'm finna be talking to somebody for like 5 months and ain't never heard their voice, or they don't give me their phone number, okay, or a real phone number, or if we do talk, we ain't texting on the phone or whatever. Fuck texting through an app. That shit ain't real, okay? So they go through the motions and all that shit. Then they live close to each other. He's in Washington, Vancouver. She's right there in Portland, Oregon, or whatever the fuck. They right next to each other, like probably an hour or less away from each other. And she refused to meet up. It's always an excuse. Oh, my schedule changed, my this, my that. And then so, as they doing a little investigation, they find out from looking at the Facebook that the girl barely had any friends, and then there was this one girl on there named Jen. They reached out to her. They tried to talk to her, and Jen was kind of shady with the stuff. She was like, I don't really know her like that, but I know her through an app because of our work. Never really said what the work was, as if they was out there doing some hoe type shit. That's exactly what it felt like, because she was like, I don't want to say. I was like, okay, unless you out here doing some illegal scamming ass shit, that's what it seemed like y'all was on. And so the way that she was acting on the phone made it seem as though that's She had to be the girl that was doing this shit. And then, kind of find out Jen had a roommate named Becca who also worked at this pizzeria that they thought was the pizza place. And so Becca basically said, no, it's not me because Derek is like a brother to me and all this stuff. I would never do no things like that. Um, but Jen used to be her roommate, and she's kind of sketchy in some of the stuff that she do. So it could be her. They went up to the pizza place talking to the damn manager to see if any of those girls worked there, and they said no, Jen didn't work there, nor the girl Annabelle worked there. So later on in the episode, Derek is just like, when they get ready, they send a message out to Annabelle, okay, and she basically was like, okay, cool, but I'm kind of, scared to say something to him because she's not who she say she is. And they sent the message like, you already know that he already know that you ain't the person in the picture. It was like, okay. And then they sent the message to her. She responded to Derek though, okay, and said that she can meet up with him in an hour the next day or whatever. So they go out there to this park place or whatever. This car comes up and this dude comes out the car. And I said, wait a minute. So it's a guy that's Annabelle? That's fucked up. And I was like, that had to be his friend that was playing him. I said, this whole shit was a setup. He was being set up by this whole thing. And come to find out, the friend wasn't the one who was doing it, but it was his sister. And he was like, I felt bad because I found out a month into it that this shit was going on and you my friend and I couldn't keep on, I'm sorry, bro. I couldn't keep it in no more and I had to make my sister come clean. Who is his sister? Becca. The bitch that said, oh, he like my brother and everything and all that shit. Now see, Derek had me nervous a little bit because I was like, bitch, you can't be choosing, okay? Beggars can't be choosers. And I'm not gonna I may not be the best looking person, but Derek, you not really the best looking person either. You okay for whatever, for a little Becca. Becca came up in there and I said, Becca, y'all actually will make a cute couple and he looked like he'll take whatever he can get. You mean to tell me you couldn't tell him that whole time that you liked him? But her thing was she didn't want to ruin the relationship that they had and thought that he would only just look at her like a sister. He was like, upset a little bit, but then again, he told Neve and Laura that basically they hooked up at one point at a party, made out for a few seconds or whatever, and that was it, and it kind of got awkward, and he always kind of liked her a little bit, but that's his friend's sister, so hey, it is what it is, and she was apologizing. They sat down, had a little one-on-one, and he was like, I always looked at you like a sister because you always looked at me like a brother, so that's why I never tried to cross that line. He was like, people, she's not the type of person that people always go for. She's not the one that gets chosen all the time. So I was like, oh my God, you feel, in your feelings about that, your looks and everything, your little insecurities playing a part, and you just want somebody to love you, and you didn't know. But kind of find out they both rocking with each other, and it had a happy ending because he wasn't a dick about it and he actually gave her a chance and he was like, I actually think she cute and all this stuff and I always have, and they still was kicking it, been on dates and all that. They did the little update and she was there with him at his grandma's house and you know all to the good. The happy ending on Catfish. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode and I will see y'all later. I am tired, that's why I had to get through this. Okay, I had to zoom through this and it really wasn't that much drama or build up to it. But y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I will see you guys later. Peace.